Hi. So today, the next thing we're going to look at is again pH and pOH, but this time we'll be looking at a way to convert from pH and pOH back to concentrations of hydronium, which is H+, and hydroxide, which is OH negative. So, again, we're dealing with pH and pOH. However, this time we're going to be looking at the reverse relationship. So let's say that we have a solution that has a pH of 4. And we want to figure out what is the H+ concentration of that solution. What is it? How are we going to figure it out? So there's an equation that we can use to solve this. It's pretty simple, just like the other one. However, you just have to remember how it works. Now, all that we're going to do, instead of taking the negative log like we do for the concentration, we're going to take the anti-log. Now, to avoid confusion, I'm going to write it out on here exactly as it appears when you type it into your calculators that we use in class, so that there's no confusion. So, all we do, it looks like this. Okay, if we want to do this. This will tell us the H+ concentration. Now, the general form of this is just simply going to be, if we want H+, then we just raise 10 to whatever the negative pH is. If we want OH negative, okay, hydroxide concentration, then we simply raise 10 to whatever the negative hydroxide concentration is. And I'll show you examples of both. So if we go back to this here, we have pH, we want hydronium. So what we do is take this 10, raise it to the negative 4th power. And it looks a little bit like this. So you can do this. You hit second, okay, and then you hit log. And look, it looks exactly, matches up right there. Then we type in -4, because that's our pH with the negative sign. You hit enter. And that's our answer. That is our concentration. Now, the way you interpret this, if you're not sure, it's the same thing as saying 1 times 10 to the negative 4th. Okay, and that is, again, our H+ concentration. Now, the other way that we could do this is be given a pOH, which I should have written there, and then we can solve for our hydroxide concentration. So let's instead say that we have a pOH of 8.4, okay? And we want to figure out what is the hydroxide concentration in that solution. So we're going to do that. The way we'll begin, we use this formula just like we did the other one. It's going to be 10 raised to the negative pOH. So it'll be negative 8.4. All this is the anti-log, that's all we're doing. And simply all we do is type it in to our calculator, and we will figure out what the answer is. So we hit second, and we hit log, lift up second log, and then we type in negative 8.4, because that is, again, our pOH. We hit enter, and look, we get our answer. In this case, it's 3.98 times 10 to the negative 9th. So 3.98 times 10 to the negative 9th. Now, what are our units for both of these things? It'd be molarity and molarity, because that is the thing that we deal with concentration in. So that's how you go from pH and pOH to hydronium and hydroxide concentrations.